Got the whipped cream. All right, so let's proceed. So just give it a quick little shake. And I'm going to take my whisk, line it up, give it that twist. Whoops. There we go, we're locked and loaded. I'm going to lower the tilt head. Make sure my bowl is in place. There we go. And I'm locking the lid. And now with my fresh whipping cream, so this is 35% cream. I heard though if you eat standing up though, calories don't count. I don't know, maybe somebody can clarify that for me. But so here's the whipping cream. We're going to start with it just on the stir setting. I'm just pouring it right in there. And then I'm going to increase the speed. So it's now at a 4. And we'll just let that whip around until it gets enough air in it, it gets really light, creamy, and delicious. And we'll be serving that up on some strawberries. You can already see it taking shape. It's just getting really bubbly, really frothy, and it's going to be a lovely complement to those strawberries. What I can also call out, just while this is doing its thing here, we can actually move ahead with our next demonstration while this is whizzing up. So I've got my cookie recipe. It's the pre-made mix. Obviously you can utilize pre-made baked goods, or you can use your own from scratch recipes that have been handed down from generations within your family. So I'm just going to use the bowl from here. And this is getting nice and thick, I can see it. Now, we haven't really talked about this before, so I'll just show you quickly while this is doing its job there. What this is, all it is, you probably saw it set up there, but when it's actually on your KitchenAid stand mixer bowl, it serves as sort of a splash guard. So that basically if you're whipping up liquids maybe a lot at one time, or if you've got a particularly dry recipe where you have a lot of dry ingredients at one time, it allows you to just get those ingredients in there with ease of convenience without worrying about mucking about your counter space. So that's just sort of not necessarily a safety thing, but a convenience thing, and a great added feature that your customers will probably enjoy. So with this recipe, as I said, I specifically chose one that only required me to add water. So I would implore you to do the same. So excited about that whipped cream. You could also even tell your customers that with the whipped cream, if you want to make it extra jazzy, you could always add some essence. So I mean, you could add some almond essence if you wanted to change the flavor to a sweeter, nuttier texture. If you'd like, you could always add like a creme de cacao, so you could have like a little bit of a liqueur specialty there. That'd be really nice in a trifle or something. But you can sort of make your own recommendations. I know you probably have wonderful recipes that are coming to mind as I'm doing this. So I'll just look at my package, and it just calls for 2 1/3 cups of the mix. So I'll just do that roughly here. So there's 1/3 of a cup. And we'll do 2 cups here. Alright, there we go. So I've got my dry ingredients ready, and I already have my water ready to go. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of that in to get started, and I'm just going to take this off here we can finish that off in a moment. It's almost there. But we'll allow this to get going, just so you can see what the demo is going to be. So I'm going to take off my whisk attachment, and I'm going to use the paddle attachment. This is probably the, well, I guess depending on what it is that you like to make, but I know for me at least, this is the most popular attachment I use. You would use this one, say, for cake batters, cookie batters. You can even use it for, say, mashed potatoes, which are really delicious. Throw some cream cheese in there and get some chives going. It'd be lovely. But this, as I said, is probably one of the more popular attachments, more versatile. So now we've got a little bit of the water in there. I'm just going to turn that on to start incorporating them together, and then just add the remaining water there. And it'll just take a moment. Right now it's just sort of whizzing around, getting set up there. And of course you can tell your customers, you know, as they would probably know, you're going to add whatever add-ins that you'd like, whether it be nuts, chocolate chips, toffee bits, candy pieces, and that can mix around safely within the mixer bowl there. All right. And I'm just going to turn that off there. I only had it on a stir as well, and it's already incorporated. So let me just show you that. Oops. So you can see as the batter, oh, it smells so delicious. So you can see that the batter is already incorporated, whoops, and it's all ready to go onto your baking sheet. So we'll stop the segment here and come back. I'm going to take a moment and plate all of this wonderful sampling items up, and you can see what it's going to look like when the consumer demos it, and then we'll just finish up. Thanks.